Hi family, I welcome you back to my channel. This is Akua and this is my YouTube channel. I'm so excited you're here with me today. I want to talk about hard truths that wives must know. Yes, there are some hard truths that we as wives must know. If you're a wife, you need to watch this. If you're a young lady and you aspire to be a wife, you really need to watch this, because sometimes the truth is bitter, but it is best you know it so that you know when and how to do your things. If you're interested in this, kindly stick with me. Let's do this. So I have 10 hard truths that I've written here that I'm going to share with you today. The first one I have here is that 99 times out of 100, men don't criticize themselves for anything, no matter how wrong it may be. So I've had many instances where wives would go like, I asked him, and what pains me that he didn't even apologize, he didn't even say sorry, he didn't even accept it, and he still lied to me. Yes, my dear, most at times, not even men. I think that this point has to do with human beings in general. As human as we are, when someone wants to criticize us, when someone wants to point out a wrong that we've done, as human as we are, we try to defend ourselves. We do not criticize ourselves. We do not accept fault unless the person comes to us with facts and evidence beyond reasonable doubt. Even that, we will try as much as possible to see, say, so 99 times out of 100, men are not ready to criticize themselves. They are not ready to accept their faults, especially when he's so scared, he so loves you and respects you and thinks that the truth will hurt you more. My dear, he will not. So if you saw him doing something and you tried to draw his attention to and expected him to accept it and apologize, and he does not, the most important thing is that if he is doing it, he knows that whatever that he is doing is no more a secret and you are aware. Whether he accepts it or not, my dear, the probability that you accept it is very low. So this is hard truth number one. Hard truth number two: marriage is not a reward but an assignment. I know that most at times when we are about to get married, we are so excited. We go and give testimonies. We thank God. Yes, we are supposed to thank God. But my dear, it is more than the 50 seconds Instagram reel you do. It is more than the TikTok videos. It is really an assignment. So you ask yourself, this man that God is sending me into his life, what is the purpose? What can I do to make his life better? You are there to help him. So if you see marriage as a reward, when the marriage happens, what's next? Yes, God has rewarded me. God has given me a husband. Yes, he has given you the husband. What's next? It is an assignment, and so this is a truth that you really need to pay attention to. The third truth I have here is that you have to have a successful marriage, you need to work at it. My dear, marriage is work. That is why I always advise my young ladies to prepare yourself and be ready for it. Having a successful marriage doesn't come automatically. Having a fulfilled marriage is not unconditional. It is purely conditional. It has to do with what you do, what you don't do in the marriage. So please do not think that as I am going into the marriage, that is it. I'm married and that is it. I am supposed to be fulfilled in the marriage automatically. No, my dear, you need to work at it. Hard truth number 4: dating romance is different from marriage romance. My dear, manage your expectations. And when we were dating, he used to do this for me. What pains me is that when we were dating, the things that he used to do for me, now he's not doing it again. My dear, when you were dating, maybe he didn't have school fees to worry about. He didn't really have rent to worry about. He didn't have household money to worry about at the end of the month. And so sometimes life happens. Yes, we expect our husbands to be that romantic with us, to show us, in fact, how they started with us. We want that to continue. Yes, but what if it doesn't happen? I'm not sure you are going to leave your marriage, because some expectations that you expected before you came into the marriage is no more. So my dear, manage your expectations. Sometimes when it happens like that, hallelujah. If it doesn't happen, take it like that and know that most of the times Relationship romance is not like marriage romance. There were places you used to go. Now kids have come in. I remember those days when we're dating, when my husband tells me, my fiance, when he tells me he's visiting me, I am so all ready for him now. You are occupied with wifely duties. You are occupied with other stuff, and so yes, you really wish that things would be as you were dating. And I always advise couples to make conscious effort to always keep the marriage spicy. But if it doesn't happen, I just want to tell you this hard truth, okay? So that you know how to manage your expectations, so that you do not be so much disappointed if it doesn't happen that way. Hard truth number 5. Marriage is a choice every single day. Every day you have to wake up from bed and make a conscious effort and accept the fact that I make a choice today to be married to my husband. This is a conscious choice and commitment. And this is not a choice you make only on your wedding day. I do. I promise to do this. I do. I promise. Every day you wake up and you go to bed with that in mind, that I choose to be with him. You see, romantic love has 2 stages, the euphoric stage and the decisional stage. And the euphoric stage is when you have all those goosebumps, you feel, that is the feeling stage. But sometimes, most of the times after marriage, those feeling is not really there. And so if life starts lifing, if reality starts setting in, and you do not make that conscious choice to always stay married, to always be the good wife and the best wife that you want to be, your marriage might not be able to survive. And so know that marriage is a choice, and you make this choice every single day consciously. My dear, the next thing that I know that most wives struggle with, and I have this complaint a lot often, is that most wives believe that marriage should be 50-50. My dear, marriage is not 50-50. The bitter truth is that wives carry most of the loads. Being a mother, doing household chores, if you're a career woman, wives carry most of the chores. If God being so good, you get a husband who decides to share household chores or to share some of these duties with you, hallelujah. But in reality, especially in my part of the world, my dear, if you go into marriage with this expectation, so marriage is not 50-50. You are the project manager of the home, and you have to put that at the back of your mind. That is why I told you that marriage is not a reward, but it is an assignment. It is so serious a business. And so please know this. Go in with 100%. Do what you are supposed to do. Unfortunately, women do most of the work. That is the hard truth I am telling you. Hard truth number 7. Do not do or give with the expectation of getting anything in return. So do not expect your partner to notice all the things you do, especially around the house. I did this, I did that. I was expecting him to see that I am tired. Most of the time they don't. My dear, I am telling you, most of the times they don't. And as I said, when you are doing something, don't do it with the expectation that this thing that I'm doing, he should do the same thing back to me. You see, those blessed are those who do not expect, for they are not disappointed. So please, be ready to do everything in the house and do not expect any reward or appreciation back. The most important reward is self-fulfillment. When you are so self-fulfilled that I've been able to do this and do that, yes, we expect them to appreciate us. But if it doesn't happen, my dear, life doesn't come to an end. That is why I said that this is a very hard truth, and I need to tell you. Hard truth number 8, my dear, you cannot depend on the other person for your own happiness or your enlightenment. You are responsible for your own individual happiness, and you should not be looking at the other person to fill you up. So what happens is that when you always expect your partner to make you happy, when he's not able to, you get disappointed, and you might be pushed to look for that happiness at a different place. And if care is not taken, you might do things that you do not even want to do. There have been many instances that wives will go like, he wasn't giving me attention, I wasn't happy, and so there was this person who was giving me attention, there was this person who was making me happy, and I started talking to this person, and before I realized, I was going to a path that I didn't even understand myself. So your fulfillment, your enlightenment should come from within. As a person, know what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. So when you are trying to get fulfillment from your partner 24/7, you're married to a human being, you've not been married to an angel. So please, my dear, I'm sorry, but that is the bitter truth. Number 9, you can't control your partner or expect your partner to be like you or do things like you would want to. My dear, you guys are two different people. You're coming from two different backgrounds. You have different personalities. You have different temperaments. And so maybe you want to do your things this way. You cannot change him or her. Know that you are two different. I think I've done a video about understanding men. I'm going to pin that video up here. Know that the men do their things this way. Even aside that, you are two different individuals. And so please do not expect your partner to do things the same way you would do. Okay, so let me ask you this question. What if your partner also expects you to do things the same way he would do? Do you think you are going to be comfortable with that? I am sure you are not. So please do not expect him or do not expect him to do things, or do not expect to change him. And I thought when I marry him, I'll be able to change him. No, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you, but my dear, no, you cannot change him. And then you need to understand the love languages. You see, wives not understanding the love languages is really creating a lot of problems in marriages, because I expected him to buy me a gift on my birthday. I expected him to talk to me, to sweet talk me, to tell me he loves me, to be affectionate. Meanwhile, the husband is also busily rendering acts of service, busily helping you take care of the kids, busily helping to clean the house, and the husband will go like, I do everything for you, I spend every moment with you, and the wife will still say that, and you don't tell me you don't love me, so I don't feel loved. You don't buy me gifts, so I don't feel. My dear, if you don't understand these love languages, you are always going to complain, and your man might feel that he's not appreciated in a marriage. That is why I've done a video about the 4 love languages. You need to watch that video right after you watch this. When you understand the love languages, there are some things that you are not going to complain about, that you are going to manage your expectations and know that, oh, okay, so this is his own way of showing me that he loves me. So these are 10 hard truths that wives must know. If there is anything I didn't talk about, please put it in the comment section for me. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe. And I'll definitely see you in the next video.